What's up guys, and welcome to another Love Across the Hudson video. Today we have a very special guest. Milo, say hi.
What's up guys?
Hello. Oh, that's our baby. Alright, so obviously by the title you already know that this is our new puppy, but we wanted to formally introduce you guys to him. He is so sweet. I'm gonna let Nate start this story time off for you guys. So, Papa, take it.
First, we're gonna put Milo down and let him play.
Oh, yes.
We don't wanna. We just want to say.
Yeah, we just gave him a haircut. We took him to the groomers. Okay, so.
Yeah, we got his face done. So we're gonna let him get down. Come on, Bill.
Hi, Stunky.
God, he's a good boy. God.
All right. So take it away, Papa.
So, guys, in the last couple weeks, Rhea and I was looking to adopt a dog. And we went through, Rhea has been very persistent at putting the application in for adoption. The problem that we kept on getting into is that most adoption agencies had a lot of pit bulls, and we were really interested in pit bulls. But what happens is the building that we live in can't have pit bulls. So we kind of gave up on the adoption period. Like we kind of gave up on the whole process. And then, you know, our careers started to kick up that week. So we wind up going to Pennsylvania and to go to my best friend's birthday celebration. And my best friend's girlfriend Erica mentioned that they breed dogs out there because Reed mentioned it to her. So we were basically spending a whole weekend looking at puppy pictures the entire time. So we were in Pennsylvania looking at puppy pictures, and for some reason, like all the good moments that went by during the time being in Pennsylvania, Reed and I kept on looking at each other like, we want a golden doodle, we want a puppy. But when we were saying it, like I was saying it like with imagination and really wanting it, but as soon as I thought about not getting it, it kind of didn't feel real. So we wind up coming back to Pennsylvania. I'm from Pennsylvania the next day, and basically on that Saturday and the following Sunday, we just basically was just talking about how we should get a golden doodle. So I called for a couple golden doodles, and when we first called, all the golden doodles we wanted were kind of sold out. They were sold already.
They were really sold, yeah.
And we went aiming for toys. So basically, Milo's probably like 10 pounds now. Basically, we was looking for a golden doodle that only got to 10 pounds.
Milo's a mini golden doodle, so he only goes up to about a certain weight and height. So when we were looking for dogs, like Nate mentioned, we did want a pit bull, but for one, the building didn't allow us, like he said. But two, when we were looking for other dogs to see what we were able to get, we didn't really know what kind of dog to get, but we wanted something that wasn't so tiny like a Yorkie or so big that the building wouldn't allow. So like Nate said, his friend's girlfriend, she actually recommended golden doodles. She said, you know, they don't get too big, specifically mini golden doodles. She said they don't get too big and they're very friendly and very nice. So that's when Nate was doing a lot of research. One thing is that at a certain point after the adoption process, like the reason why we couldn't get a dog, we went to so many interviews. Once we gave up, Nate was actually the one being more persistent with like, you know what, no, we're gonna find a dog. Like he was online searching like dog pages and searching like multiple dog pages. Like out of like 100 pages, he would always go to like page 100 because he was very persistent to finding a dog that can fit us. Because one thing about us, like I don't want to jump off all these topics, but I'm doing acting right now. Nate's doing his motivational speaking, his training, and we don't really have time in our careers and lives to have a child of some sort, right? Like of some sort, just to have a child in general. So we were like, you know, we kind of wanted something that we can give unconditional love to, but also that can help change our routine a little bit, because our routine felt like very repetitive. You know, like we'll wake up, or he'll wake up first than me and go, and I'll stay here, you know, probably waiting for an audition or going to like a class or reading a book. But it was just very repetitive. So getting a dog was something that we both really wanted and really agreed on. Like there was no doubts in our mind that we, like, you know, it wasn't like, oh, I don't know, I may want a dog, I may not want a dog. No, we were both determined to get a dog. So finding Milo did not come easy. Nate, I found a couple dogs, Nate found a couple dogs, and he made all the phone calls. He called the breeders, he asked, you know, how old they were, did they get their shots. Like he asked all the very important questions that you should ask. And when it came down to it, the dog wasn't available, or it was either way too far, like 5-hour drive. So we were trying to find something in the middle to, like, you know, just benefit us in order to get the dog, to pay the right amount of money, because these dogs are not cheap. So if you look them up, they go for a lot of money, but we got a very reasonable price on it. So yeah, so he called for Milo on Friday when we were in Pennsylvania, right?
And Ree and I's like, yo, we have to get this dog. And the reason why is because I felt like he needed love, right? So
they felt a connection through the photo with this dog, to be honest.
And that's how I found Ree too on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, the photo.
So after I saw it, Ree saw the dog too. And after Ree, I really want to get the dog for Ree, guys, to be honest, because there's times where Ree is doing like a show or a movie, and then she has a big break off acting. And I hate the fact that sometimes she's home alone. Like, she does the best that she can to like stay busy. And also with me, when Ree's away or Ree's busy, I come home from work and I'm like a little lonely, and you know, I'm pretty far from my family, like an hour or some change, and you know, it's too much traffic to get up here. So I wanted something as well. So when we thought about the dog, I'm gonna say this 1,000 times, it was a really hard thought, and it was very persistent, but I didn't think that I was gonna actually go through with it. I never had a dog in my life. I don't even know what it's like.
This is his first dog.
My first dog ever. So I called the guy and I said, do you still have Marley? And he said, yes, I do. And I said, oh, okay. From there, I didn't know what to say, because I'm so used to all the breeders saying we don't have that dog available. So from there, I asked a couple questions and I said, you know what? Can I at least just come to see it? Now, we couldn't go see it that Friday because we were busy Friday and Saturday. We actually had to go back up to New York Saturday and Sunday. So he asked when, and I just said Monday. I just made it up. And I was like, look, Monday afternoon at 4. And he said, fine. So I basically made time on Monday to go at 4 p.m. We went back to New York. He
moved clients. Like, he literally, like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. We had a certain budget because the adoption, when you get a dog, when you adopt a dog, they're not as expensive, right? Because you're adopting them. But we didn't have the funds necessarily for Milo when we got him, so my mom was able to help us out. So for him to move clients was very kind of like risky in a way, because you know, like, that's money that's coming in, that's money he's gonna be missing out on. But his determination and my determination was just so strong for this dog. Like, we just needed to go. So he made time. Like, he really like moved his clients, made time to go over there. And how far is it? Like 2 hours?
3 hours.
It was 3 hours away.
Yeah,
we drove 3 hours to go and come back. Think about it. We have to bring the dog back because we have to come home.
And remind you, before we actually went down to Pennsylvania Monday, we just got finished going to Pennsylvania Friday and coming back Saturday. So before we left we left Monday. So on Sunday, the day before, we were kind of still unsure if we was gonna get the dog, but we woke up that day saying, yo, we're gonna get this dog tomorrow. So we decided to go to Petco and just buy the dog stuff, right? So when we get the dog, we can be prepared for the dog. Now listen, sometimes you have to actually make certain bold actions to make things happen. So I don't think if we never made the phone call and made the time and actually buy the dog food, by the time Monday came, I kind of didn't want to do it because I was very scared. Fear came in. I'm like, how about if, you know, we can't do this or we can't do that? I never had a dog, and everybody tells you how expensive it is, and you know, stuff like that. So long story short, you know, we called the owner of the building. First he said no, and he said you can't have a dog, and we almost like started crying. And then he called me back like 10 minutes later telling me that how good Rhea and I are as a young couple, and we never give any problems, and you know, we can have the dog, basically. Long story short, we'll save that for another story time. That's a whole nother story. Right? I just shortened it up. So basically, Rhea and I get in the car, we head down there. Now, Rhea's super happy. I'm looking over my shoulder. Rhea's super happy.
I'm ecstatic.
I'm so nervous. I'm looking for any excuse to turn around and go back home. Because, I like I said, I've never been part of this process. I know I barely have time in my own life, or I'm not good at making time to calm down. I'd rather be working or helping people in this life, but that's bad anyway. So having a dog brought me a different perspective on life. It actually taught me a huge weakness that I had, but we'll get into that. Look, so we get to the place, we get to the farm. Rhea and I pull in, and you want to tell them what happened when we pulled in?
All right, so
with the kid.
First of all, it was in this Amish farm, and these kids are like weaving, and you know, the crops is all over the place, and there was this like horse, or I think it was a donkey, I don't know, I think
two horses.
I think it was 2 horses, and we were pulling up, and the horses kind of get a little out of control because they see a car or whatever, and this boy, probably the youngest kid they had, gets on the back of like the the carriage, and he starts like yielding these horses, like controlling them. It was like, it was amazing. Like Nate and I were like, what?
Yeah, it was
like,
amazing. It
was like a whole nother world. It was just amazing to see like how much he had control over the horses. So whatever, so we go into the farm a little more into it. We get out, we meet the breeder, and he's like, oh, I'll bring the puppies out this way, you know, you can see which one fits you, which one is best for you. And there was about 5 puppies. They all looked the same. So we're like, darn, we don't know which one is Marley. That was his name as identification, right? That was what they put his name as. So we're like, oh my gosh, we don't know which one he is. But suddenly, like, I'm like playing with all these dogs trying to figure it out. And Nate, I look over at Nate, and he has Milo now. He has Milo sitting, looking up at him, and his face kind of read like, please take me. Like, I'm the one you came for. You know, it was like this weird connection we had with Milo, and Nate was like, look at this one. He's so calm. He's so chilled. All the other ones were hyper, biting everything, biting the plants, biting each other, barking. And Milo was super chilled, quiet. And he just had this like very calm energy to him. And when I touched him and Nate was holding him, I was touching him, I was like, yeah, this is the one. Yeah. We wanted him so bad that I took a scrunchie literally out of my bag and tied it around his wrist, his feet, because I'm like, I don't want my dog to get mixed up with any of these dogs. I do not want to lose this dog. But yeah, so we got Milo, and the funny thing is that Nate's friend's girlfriend actually got the brother. You know, this from the same litter. She got the brother. So it's really gonna be really cool when we meet with each other, and Milo gets to see his brother. His brother's name is Zeus now, so it's really cool. But I can't wait for that, yeah. But I don't know, something about when we got there, Milo and I and Nate, we just had like this kind of really good connection.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry guys, so Milo was just going places that he was kind of bringing some concern.
Right.
But yeah, so we saw him, we fell in love with him, we took him home, and he was cool for the whole car ride. And Rhea and I walked home with basically a baby, right? Yeah. And we had a lot to learn. So
we had no food, we had nothing.
Yeah, well, we had the food that we bought the day before, like but we had to get a vet. We had to get used to a lot of things, right? But it definitely changed us, and it's definitely a challenge that got us closer in a relationship, right? So getting an apartment in this last year, a new car, you know, careers elevating and stuff like that, and now the puppy actually just got us stronger. So him being in the house is definitely getting attention off things being so serious and actually a little more fun.
Sorry, he loves to try to eat this houseplant I have.
Yeah,
no.
He's looking around. That's why we're looking at him. I don't know what it's up to. So
really quick, we don't have much time left on this card, but I just wanted to say I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We wanted to introduce you to Milo, and I can't wait to show him. Come on. He's gonna be doing a lot of cameos in a lot of our videos from now on, and you're gonna see him grow as we go on. So say bye, Milo.
And we made an Instagram for him that she's doing very good.
I'm gonna put it in the description below, and I'm also gonna put it right here. So follow my guy. Say bye, Milo. Bye.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.